Hey, what's up, campers? Here's my review of Total Drama All Stars Episode 7 Suckers Punches. This is a great episode, guys. I did not think Sierra would actually keep the mole rat twins. I think she's calling it Cody Jr. But the first few scenes of this episode are kind of gross. I mean, they throw up on Sierra. Ugh. And apparently the villains got some green toast or something for breakfast, and then Scott loves it. I feel like they're making Scott more gross this season. You know, they're really stressing that he's like a country boy or something like that, I guess. If the teams are uneven, is that when they merge? I never really got that. Like, I feel like in every season, it's always been like, oh, it's time for the team merge. Yeah, let's merge those teams. So, I don't know how Courtney came to this conclusion. I just don't know. And then, some of these characters are just too good. Like Courtney, for example. The situation with Alejandro and stuff. First of all, they should not trust Alejandro at all. And she said something on the lines of, we're not going to trust you. You think anyone's going to trust you after what you did to Heather? And I'm just thinking, but didn't Heather betray people in season 1, but you're willing to let that go? I mean, Heather's been a villain all the way through. She's definitely a villain in season 3. I mean, she's been a villain character just throughout the entire show. That's her. So I don't really see how you can trust one, but you can't trust the other. And Alejandro pretty much has the right to just do whatever he wants because he's a villain, and that's just part of his character. Who's this Jose character? Apparently he was mentioned before, and the only season Alejandro has been on is Total Drama World Tour, so I'm guessing Jose was mentioned during there. And then some people remembered this. You guys are the super fans. You guys are definitely the super fans because I did not remember this at all. I was just wondering, who the heck is Jose? Like, they posted a photo on Instagram of this episode. Like, they were trying to promote it. And I'm just wondering, who is Alejandro's greatest fear? So, you guys get a pat on the back. You get a gold medal, gold star for predicting that. And the Mike stuff is pretty interesting. I would say that's probably definitely the strong point of this season as the episodes get better and better. So, Mal was the guy that Duncan met in juvie, but when we're in Mike's subconscious or whatever his head, he says that I got rid of you back in juvie. So I'm kind of wondering which one came first. Did Mike come first or did Mal come first? Because it really does affect like a lot of stuff. And yeah, it's just confusing. Also, where are the other personas? Is that personalities? I think that sounds better. Where are the other personalities inside his head? Or the ones like Smith, Lana, Chester, and the other ones? They're nowhere to be found. And when Chef goes to the island, when he goes to Boney Island to find Mike, I was like, yes, he finally speaks. Oh, it's so awesome. Chef is such an awesome character, and I like his voice actor. He should definitely say more throughout the show. And he was telling Chris when he brought Mike back, he whispered to him, he's like, that kid ain't right. I'm kind of wondering if Chris has actually caught on to this. I'm guessing he knows because, you know, there's a summary at the beginning of every episode. So I'm assuming Chris already knows it. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big enough deal to like eliminate Mike from the show. And today's challenge, well, not today's, yesterday, because the episode came out yesterday. Yesterday's challenge was pretty awesome. So they go to a boxing ring and they have to fight their biggest fears. Their biggest fears are put onto a wheel, and then Chef spins the wheel, and it was either Chef or Chris. Someone spins the wheel, and then Chef stops it on their actual fear. But I'm thinking like the game was actually supposed to go the way where they might get someone else's fear or something like that. I thought Duncan's fear would be Courtney because I saw Courtney on there. I was like, what? But it was actually the bird, which I'll talk about later. And Mike reminds Chris of Zoe's bonuses, and she doesn't have to go with this challenge. I don't remember that from last episode. Like, if you rewatch the episodes, you'll find out that you miss a few details here and there. And as I already said, the game is rigged, so yeah, it's better that way though. I would rather have them face their biggest fears than have someone else face it. That doesn't really make that much sense. And then Courtney's all over Scott. I don't like this relationship. I want Courtney and Duncan to be together because it's like the first. That's how it started. I want it to end like that. So the matchups are Scott versus Fang, Sierra versus the mother of Cody Jr., and that one was actually pretty funny. I liked watching Sierra get beat up because I don't like Sierra. I'm pretty sure no one likes Sierra. And I thought Alejandro's greatest fear would be himself, but as the fans predicted it was his older brother Jose. And it's always nice to see another character on this show. Like, I just like the art style of this show. It's computer animated and it just looks cool. And it would have been awesome if the brother had joined the show. That's another theory that I had found. It would have been awesome if the brother had, like joined the show or taken Alejandro's place and just, I don't know, just it would be awesome to see like how things changed, or have both of them on the show. Sibling rivalry. I don't think we've had siblings on the show. Can't think of any. So, and I really liked their family code too. Not to hit each other in the face. But Alejandro's new voice actor should sound more mature or try to work on that more. But I'm pretty sure they've already completed this season. But he should try to sound more mature like the other voice actor. When he was hitting his brother around, he sounded like a lot like a kid. It sounded very childish. I did not like that part. And then we have Mike, who fights Cameron's biggest fear because Cameron figures it out and tells everybody, and then Chris is like, "Chef, change it." So Cameron's biggest fear is Izzy in a suit, in a spider suit. What? Because that's just weird. He said that's no spider, and then you see the spider head come off, and you're like, what? It's Izzy. But it's so awesome to see Izzy again. Where has Izzy been? Oh man, it's great to see this character again. It's like the creators of the show don't know how wonderful their characters are. Like, they really need to put them all in one season. I will continue to stress this. Put all the characters in one season. If you're watching this, you need to do this, guys. Like, one final season. Put every single character in there. Like, their next season's gonna be completely new cast, but at the end, like when they want to end the Total Drama series, just put everyone in one season. That'll be the greatest cartoon ever. And what's with Zoe and the tarot cards? She said something about this last episode, but I didn't want to mention it because I thought it was just like just something to say. It sounds more like something Dawn would do. Remember Dawn, the weird hippie like chick from last season? You guys remember her. And when Mal was in the confessional, that was an epic quote. He said, "They say the eyes are the window to the soul. Time to shut that window." He didn't say it like that, but he said it like very deep and dark. Yeah, go watch the episode. And then Cameron versus the mutant gophers, Duncan versus a mutant bird. And the bird was less cute after I noticed it had 3 eyes. Actually, it wasn't cute at all after, the 3-eye thing. It's pretty disgusting. And the final matchup is Courtney versus Gwen, because I said Courtney was on the wheel earlier. And then they don't want to fight each other. And then Chris shows all these clips of Gwen and Duncan kissing. There's like 3 photos. And there's even one on Sierra's website. And Courtney just loses it and punches Gwen. So Courtney still isn't over Duncan, but she's all over Scott. Don't get that, but I want them to be back together. So after the challenge, the villains win, and I automatically knew who was going home. Sierra. No one likes Sierra. Like, out of all the characters, you could automatically pinpoint the one that's going home. Sierra. But Chris has like the villains pick the one who goes home, and then he has the winners. Not the winners, the heroes pick who's going to the island for exile. And there was a pretty big twist at the end with what Duncan said. He said, "What if Mike is the alternate ego and Mal is the real person?" I think that would be a pretty awesome twist, but I doubt it's gonna happen. You know, after a while, this whole Mal thing's gonna be over, and then Mike's gonna come back. But it might last to the season finale. It might. Let me see. How many characters do we have left that haven't made it to the season finale? We have Zoe, Mike, who else got? Courtney, and I think that's it. I'm not. Well, Scott. Yeah, there's a few. There's about 4 left that haven't actually made it to the season finale. Cause Alejandro's made it, Gwen's made it, Duncan's made it. So we probably can assume that they'll be eliminated. And then they choose Alejandro to go to Boney Island. But other than that, that's like the episode. I looked at the preview for next week, but there's nothing really there to discuss. It's like something about everyone being happy or everyone laughing or something like that. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching my review. If you would like to see more information about me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I have all that in the description. And thank you very much for supporting the series, because someone out there, someone is liking these videos, and that really makes me continue to make them. Later.